Hey, good morning. Welcome to my little corner of the world. Pat Pander here. Hey, today I want to talk to you about something that is a principle that affects every one of our lives. And I know to some of you, you say, oh, that's just that religious Pat talking. But I'm here to tell you today that what I'm going to talk to you about today affects everyone. It's the principle of sowing and reaping. In the Bible, it tells us, be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that he will also reap. For he who sows to his flesh will of the flesh reap corruption. But he who sows to the Spirit will of the Spirit reap everlasting life. Hey, look, our country is in a mess. And all we need to do is turn on the evening news and we can tell that we are on a downward spiral if something doesn't happen. But the first thing that has to happen is we have to realize that we are reaping what we sowed 40 years ago. For you see, I'm a child of the 60s, and I'm here to tell you that in the 60s, we sowed the seed of rebellion. We sowed the seed of the feminist movement. We sowed the seed of civil rights. We sowed the seed of rebellion against the flag, of loyalty to our country. We sowed a seed of promiscuity by saying, if it feels good, do it. See, we sowed all these seeds in the 60s, and now we're reaping what we've sown. And what happens when you sow those seeds? When you say, I don't have to listen to my parents. Who do they think they are? I don't have to listen to the government. I'll run to Canada. You have to remember, folks, that in the 60s, for all of our enlightenment, when the flower children were out roaming the country in their vans, and we had the great coming out and drugs began to become prevalent, and we did this. Parents were shaking their heads, excuse me, saying, I don't know what's going on with these kids today. But they did this. It's a phase they're going through. It won't last. They did this. Well, in our deception, we are now reaping the corruption from that thought. See, what's sown, what is sown in corruption is going to produce corruption. It's just the way it is, folks. We have been guided by the 10 Commandments. Whether you're a Christian or you're not a Christian, the 10 Commandments has been the basics for all law. And what are those 10 Commandments? Well, first we start out with will have no other gods before me. That God's a jealous God, right? That's where we get the principle of thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's anything, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not bear false witness. Okay, so that's the basis. And if you look at law, you'll see the basis for all law from the beginning of time has been the 10 Commandments for every nation. And we took those 10 Commandments and rebelled against those 10 Commandments and said, we'll take them out of the schools, we'll take them out of the courts, we'll take them out of our country, and we can continue to do this. We can continue to walk blindly into tomorrow and do what? begin to reap. We shake our heads in dismay over the breakdown of the family. We shake our head in dismay at the numbers of children born out of wedlock. We shake our heads at the numbers of young people who are dying from overdose. We shake our heads at the number of families that have been destroyed from alcohol, from gambling. Well, guess what, folks? The parents is this 60s generation. And right now we have two people running for president that are born of that generation, who have the seed of rebellion in them, and all you need to do is listen to their mouth, listen to what they have to say, and you'll see that rebellion is still there, still creating division, still causing sorrow, so much so that people are shaking their heads saying, I don't even want to vote. Here's my hope for us. Here's where I say, don't throw up your hands and don't quit yet. In Hosea it says, sow for yourselves righteousness, reap in mercy, break up your fallow ground, for it is time to seek the Lord till he comes and rains righteousness on you. Hey folks, you can shake your head at me, you can shake your fist at me, but I'm here to tell you, it's time for us as a nation to begin to seek the Lord, to begin to cry out for mercy, to begin to say, okay, we've sown all this mess, and we're reaping the consequences of it, and we need your help, Lord. It's time, folks. It's time to break up the fallow ground. That just simply means to break up the hard ground, the hardness of your heart. Prepare it to receive the word of truth. Begin to seek God, because I'm telling you, matters not who takes that seat in the presidential office. We are going to continue to reap as we have sown. I love ya, and remember, our hope is in the Lord. Thank you.